So, good morning children. In the previous video we have completed the lesson. This is Jody's fun. Now I shall explain you the grammar part from that lesson, which is there in your textbook in page number 95. So what is the grammar part in this lesson children? So direct speech and indirect speech. What is meant by direct speech? Direct speech. What is this direct speech children? So what is this direct speech children? We repeat the original speaker's words. We repeat the original speaker's exact words. He said he wants to have a cup of coffee. He said, I want a cup of coffee. So what that man is saying? So I am saying that man wants what he said, that he wants a cup of coffee. Exact words which are said by the speaker. If we repeat them again, it is called as direct speech. For example, he said, I have lost my books. He said, I have lost my books. What is he saying, children? What is he saying? That he has lost his books. I have lost, he said, that man is saying. What did he say? I have lost my books. So these are the exact words which are spoken by the speaker. So what I am doing here? He said, I have lost my books. The exact words what the speaker has spoken. The exact words, if we repeat, the exact words which are changing the words, if we repeat them exactly, it is called as direct speech. He said, the other person. Who is he? I am speaking about the other person. So what did he say? I lost my books. That man said that I lost my books. That man said that I lost. Who is I here? I means I am not the person. He is saying I lost my books. These are the exact words of the speakers. So what is meant by direct speech? If we repeat the original speaker's exact words, if we repeat the words which are spoken by the speaker exactly, whatever he said, if we repeat the same words exactly, it is called as direct speech. So one more example I shall give you children. He said, she is my daughter. She is my daughter. What he said? So integral he said, she is my daughter. So I am saying, he said, she is my daughter. So these are the exact words which are spoken by the speaker. So I am saying about the person who said these words. I am saying about the one other person. He is the other person. And what did he say? What did he say, children? He said, she is my daughter. I am also saying he said the same exact words which are spoken by the speaker. If you repeat the same words which are spoken by the speaker, which are changing them, it is called as a direct speech. And one more said, John said, I love this story. John said, I love this story. So these are the exact words which are spoken by the speaker. What did John say? I love this story. He is saying that he loves this story. If I say John said that, he loves that story. He loves that story. So I am not repeating the exact words. I am changing the words, changing the tense and saying, John said, he loves that story. It is an indirect speech. He said that he likes that story. But what I am saying here, John said. What did John say here? I love that story. So who loves this story here? John loves this story. So if the exact words, the words which are spoken by the speaker, if we repeat them exactly, they are called as direct speech. And going to the indirect speech or reported speech, reported speech. We give the exact meaning of a remark. We give the exact meaning of a remark or speech without using the speakers, without using the speaker's exact words. So, in this reported speech or indirect speech, so we give the information what the speaker has said, but we don't give the exact words what the speaker says. So, we change them and then give the information. We'll give the information what he said, but we don't repeat the exact words which are spoken by the speaker. So, if we give the exact words which are spoken by the speaker, it comes under direct speech. But in reported speech, we give the meaning, we give the information what the speaker has said, but we don't repeat the exact words. In which speech? In reported speech. So, reported speech we can call it as indirect speech also. Okay children, for example, he asked where she was going. He asked where she was going. So what is this? He asked to the other person. So where is she going? He asked. If he ask where are you going? It comes under direct speech. So he asked to the other person, where is she going? So where is she going? So it comes under reported speech. So if he said, where are you going? It comes under direct speech because those are the words which are spoken by the speaker directly. He said, where are you going? So he is asking to that person directly, where are you going? It comes under direct speech. He asked to the other person where she was going. So who is involved there? Third person is involved there. Okay children. So the words which are spoken by the speaker, if you speak the same words exactly, so it comes under direct speech. So here in the reported speech, we give the information which are spoken by the speaker, but we don't give them the information directly. So who will be involving there? Third person will be involved there. He asked, to whom did he ask? He asked to some other person, where is she going? Where was she? Where she was going. Okay, if he asked, he said, where are you going? So I am writing, what are you doing? If I say, I am speaking to you directly, I want to know what you are doing. But without that, if I ask, what is he doing? If I ask means, who is here again? I am asking to the other person, what is the work done by that person? Okay children. So if I say, what are you doing? Means I am asking directly to the person who is doing the work there. Which work is he doing? Instead of that, if I ask, what is he doing? What is that boy doing? So to whom I am asking? I am asking to the other person what this person is doing. Okay children, did you understand children? So we shall go to the one more example. Mary said that she wrote a letter. Mary said that she wrote a letter. She wrote a letter. And so Mary is saying that, what did you say? That she wrote a letter. So who wrote a letter? The other person wrote a letter. So who is giving the information? Mary is giving the information that the third person has written a letter. In the same way, one more example I shall give you children. He ordered her to be careful. He ordered her to be careful. So he ordered her to be careful. He ordered her to be careful. Okay, children. So what is this direct speech? In the direct speech, we repeat the original words. We repeat the same words which are spoken by the speaker. So the words which are spoken by the speaker, those we should keep them in inverted commas. Those words we should. So he said, I have lost my books. So what are the words spoken? I lost my books. So this is the information which he is giving. So that the words which are spoken by the speaker, that should be kept in inverted commas. So the words which are spoken by the speaker, if you repeat them the same way, if you read them the exactly what he said, it comes under direct speech. But in indirect speech, we don't have any inverted commas or anything. But what will be here? The words which are spoken by the speaker, we give the information, but not directly. We give the exact meaning of a remark or speech without using the speaker's exact words. If we use the speaker's exact words, it comes under direct speech. So, it comes under direct speech. In reported speech, we give the meaning of the words, but we don't speak the exact words which are spoken by the speaker. Okay, children, this is direct speech and indirect speech. And next one I shall tell you about transitive verb and intransitive verb. Okay, children, transitive verb. What is this transitive verb? So what is a verb first of all? A verb is an action word. And again, what is this transitive verb? And this transitive verb, it accepts one or more objects. It accepts one or more objects. Okay, children, or we can write it contains an object, or it contains an object. Okay, children, what type of object does it contain? It contains direct object. It contains direct object. Okay, children, for example, so what does a transitive verb contain, children? It contains, a transitive verb compulsorily contains an object. It may contain one object or two objects. But in some cases, in transitive verbs, what might be the objects? Persons may be as objects. Okay, children. So, in some transitive verbs, persons may be as object. So in case of transitive verb, so how can we find out whether it is a transitive verb or not? So when a sentence is formed, if we can make a sentence, if we can for that answer, if we can make a question by asking what, if we get the answer, it is called as transitive verb. Okay, children. So we should ask a question using what? We should ask a question using what? And for persons, we should use who. Who means who for who? Question word who for whom we use, children? We use for persons. So what is a transitive verb? A transitive verb contains one or more objects. It contains an object. So with the help of that object, we should frame it into a question by using the question word what. So for people, we use the question word who. So when we made a question word, if we get the answer, then only it comes under transitive verb. So we should make a question an object. then only we get the answer. If we get the answer, it comes under transitive verb. For example, children, John sent a postcard from Argentina. John sent a postcard from Argentina. So what is the object here, children? Postcard is the object. What is the object here? Postcard is the object. So make it as a question. What did John send from Argentina? What did he send, children? He sent a postcard. So we had made a question by using the question word what. So on the object, we had framed a question on the object. So what is the object in our sentence? Postcard is the object in our sentence. So on the object, if we can make a question, it comes under transitive verb. So what is the verb in this sentence? Sent is the verb. Sent is the verb. And what is the postcard here? Postcard is the object. So make it into a question. John had sent a postcard from Argentina. So change it into a question. What did John send? What did John send? So what did he send, children? He had sent a postcard. So what is this postcard here? It is an object. Okay, children, going to the next example. Please buy me a dog. Please buy me a dog. So first of all, what is the verb here, children? Buy is the verb. What is the object here? Dog is the object. Dog is the object. So change it into a question. What did he buy? Please buy me a dog. What did she want? She wants to buy her a dog. Dog is the object. Going to the third example. My father took me to the movie for my birthday. My father took me to the movie. Took me to the movie for my birthday. Okay, children, what is the verb here? Took is the verb. What did her father do? Her father took her to the movie on her birthday. On whose birthday? Movie for my birthday. So what does a transitive verb contains? A transitive verb contains objects. It contains a direct object. So when we can make a question on the object, we can make a question on the object. So if we get the answer, it is called as direct object. So how we are supposed to make a question? By using the question word what. And for people, in some sentences, we have the objects, we have the persons as objects. So for persons, what is the question word that we are supposed to use? We are supposed to use the question word who. So this is the transitive verb. Going to the next one, intransitive verb. What is the next one, children? Intransitive verb. A verb without an object. It does not contain object. A verb without an object. Without an object. Okay, children. The sentence in this intransitive verb. In those sentences we have verbs, but it doesn't contain any object. It doesn't contain any object. Transitive verbs contain object, whereas intransitive verb does not contain any object. For example, the path ran over the hill. The path ran over the hill. So what is the verb here, children? Ran is the verb. So is there any object here? Object is not there. So when there is no object, it comes under intransitive verb. Going to the second example. Kevin couldn't read or write. Kevin couldn't read or write. So what are the verbs here, children? Read is the verb, write is the verb. But what is the object here? There is no object. We cannot frame it into a question by using the question word what. So if objects are not there, we cannot frame it into a question. So if there is no object, it comes under which form of the verb? It comes under intransitive verb. Going to the third one. He was living a life of luxury abroad. He was living a life of luxury abroad. He was living a life of luxury abroad. So what is the verb here, children? Living is a verb. So is there any object here? Object is not there. So if there is no object, it comes under which type of verb, children? Intransitive verb. So once again I am telling you, children. So what is a transitive verb? A transitive verb contains an object. Sometimes in those sentences, in transitive sentences, persons also will be there as an object. So when there is an object, when there is a direct object, so in transitive verbs, if you frame it into a question by using the question word, we should get a question. Okay, children. So for people, which question word we use? We use who. In case of intransitive verb, it contains a verb, but it does not have any object. So this is intransitive verb and transitive verb. Thank you, children.